Welcome to Asia Granny Bites, thematic stock plays in China and beyond, on the Piranha Profit YouTube channel. I'm Mr. Piranha, joined by Ms. Profit.
We're here to bring you actionable insights for retail investors, adapting fund strat, GR&Y themes to high-growth Asia markets. Every Wednesday at 2:01 p.m. UTC, 10:01 a.m. ET, 7:01 a.m. PT, 15 to 20 minutes, or 2025 for this premiere.
This is for entertainment only, not financial advice. Invest at your own risk. Past performance isn't a guarantee. Do your research and consult a professional. Full disclaimers, including no liability and subscription details, are in the description.
Let's dive into the markets. Trade smart, piranhas.
Welcome to Asia Granny Bites, Episode 4, November 5th, 2025. Today, energy, cybersecurity, and millennials are all on the menu. Let's dive right in.
Absolutely. So much on the plate today. What's our starting point?
We're kicking things off with a macro segment, and it's electric. For instance, China's Q3 GDP clocked in at 4.8% year over year. This is the weakest reading in a year. It reflects fragile domestic demand and heavy reliance on exports.
Right. That's a big deal. Fragile demand can really shake up the entire market.
Exactly. And then there's the Trump-Xi deal. Fentanyl tariffs got slashed to 10%, which is set to ease shipping fees and export rules until 2026. Pretty impactful, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. Those tariff changes can really shift logistics and cost structures for exporters.
Now, here's where it gets, interesting. Despite tariff cuts, NVIDIA chip bans are still in place, and that's pushing up U.S. household costs by around $1,300. Imagine that. Households feeling that pinch.
That's a significant increase. It really shows how intertwined tech policies and consumer prices can be, right?
Absolutely. And then the PBOC is making moves with a 50 basis point RRR cut. They're also backing it up with a 1.4% reverse repo boost and duty-free measures up to 300 energy tech units. It's like they're trying to, jumpstart the markets, especially in sectors linked to energy and technology.
Yeah. So there's this broad stimulus push from the central bank. Sounds like money might be flowing into these sectors soon.
Right on. And then there's the buzz from Hong Kong's FinTech Week, running from November 3rd to 7th. They're delving into AI, tokenization, blockchain. There's even talk that almost all transactions will soon be on-chain. The HKMA is unveiling what they called FinTech 2030, marking a significant shift towards digital finance.
Wow, that's quite transformative. The idea of nearly all transactions moving on-chain could really redefine the future of finance.
Exactly, and wrap this together with some chatter on markets. EV stocks are up about 3% for the week, and cybersecurity stocks around 2%. Plus, you've got the PMI at 51.2, and, get this, ASEAN markets climbing 34.1%, with India at 6.6%. Also, the yuan dipped by 0.5%, but Goldman Sachs suggests that the stimulus might actually offset tariffs for growth in 2025.
Right. That's a lot to absorb. The regional dynamics are super interesting, especially the interplay between stimulus measures and international tariffs.
Exactly. And, the real X factor here is the millennials. They're driving not just traditional markets, but spurring demand for EVs and innovative cloud-native security solutions across Asia's burgeoning digital workforce.
So millennials aren't just a demographic number anymore. They're key market movers, right?
Yes, they really are. Moving on, the segment then shifts gears to what Mr. Piranha calls his piranha picks. And here's where it gets juicy.
I'm all ears. What are the top picks today?
There are two prime picks. First, we have CATL, listed as 300750.SZ in Shanghai. Priced at 220 renminbi on November 4th, it's up a robust 28% year-to-date, with revenue growth of 18% and healthy margins at 22%. This company dominates the LFP battery space and is, according to Mr. Piranha, the global EV supply chain king.
Yeah, that's impressive. Dominance in battery tech is essential in a market pivoting to green energy. But doesn't raw material volatility add some risk?
Exactly. Raw material volatility is flagged as a weakness. However, the opportunities loom large. Millennial demand for green tech, coupled with China's stimulus and a renewable boom, position CATL favorably. On top of that, even though U.S. tariffs have been eased, they're still persistent. It's a bit like having a wide moat with some speed bumps along the way.
So it's a balance between high potential and high political risk.
Right, which is why the position sizing is advised at less than or equal to 5%, despite a strong fundamental and technical score, both at around 8.7 out of 10.
Makes sense to be cautious when the geopolitical winds are so unpredictable. What's the second pick?
The second pick is Trend Micro, ticker 4704T in Tokyo. Priced at 7,800 yen, it's up 22% year-to-date with revenue growth at 12% and solid margins of 35%. Its strengths lie in cloud-based, zero-trust security, pretty critical in defending against AI-driven cyber threats these days.
So, Trend Micro is leveraging its cloud-native approach? It sounds like it's riding the tech wave.
Precisely. But, while it is a leader in Japan's enterprise security sector, there's a caveat, a somewhat slower growth compared to U.S. peers. That said, the current environment of remote work among millennials, along with Hong Kong's FinTech 2030 momentum, creates a fertile ground. The fundamental score is 7.86 out of 10 and technical at 8.14 out of 10, leading to a total rating of 8.00 out of 10, with a suggested position sizing of up to 10% given the moderate risk.
It almost feels like Trend Micro is the safe bet for firms that need robust cloud-based security, a critical piece in today's remote work shift.
Exactly, and Mr. Piranha even sums it up. Millennials work from anywhere. Trend Micro secures Asia's cloud. Simple, yet effective.
I do wonder, though, wouldn't the competition from Palo Alto and CrowdStrike erode its market share over time?
That's a fair point. While there's stiff competition, Trend Micro's established brand in cloud-native solutions gives it an edge in the region. It's a mild critique of its moderate moat, but overall, the positioning in Asia remains strong.
Yeah, interesting balance there. Solid fundamentals with room for competitive pressures.
Now, after the picks, there's the Piranha Sniffs segment. This part fills in some IPO gaps amid fast-tracked tech listings. It's like a heads-up for investors who want to catch the next big thing.
IPO opportunities always bring an extra dose of adrenaline. What are the hot IPOs mentioned?
There are a few. Yitu Technology is eyeing an IPO on November 12th, estimated at 25 to 30 renminbi, with an AI vision cyber twist and a FOMO score of 8.5 out of 10. Then there's Ant Group in Hong Kong, potentially debuting around the same time at HK $80 to 90, scoring a bit lower at 8.0 out of 10 due to a recent profit dip, but still riding the AI push.
ITU's move sounds really promising, especially with the backing of PBOC stimulus. But aren't these IPO windows extremely competitive?
They sure are. Moving on, there's Pine Labs in India, with an IPO window between November 7th and 14th, priced at 1,500 to 1,600 Indian rupees, scoring 8.0 out of 10. And then more threads in China, listed for the first AI GPU, estimated at 40 to 45 renminbi, with a FOMO score again of 8.5 out of 10, and projected to rake in around 8 billion RMB in proceeds.
Right. It's almost like a veritable smorgasbord of tech-driven IPOs.
Exactly. And this is the kind of inside scoop that invites investors to join the Piranha Profit Club, if you're after full DCF models, charts, and exclusive picks.
That's a neat wrap of high-level analysis paired with tangible, actionable insights.
Totally. And as we close out our 30-minute bite, we also get a teaser for next week's focus: Millennials plus Style Tilt. It's bound to explore further how this dynamic demographic shapes market trends in new and creative ways.
Yep, I'm looking forward to that. Millennials are rapidly evolving beyond consumerism into actual market catalysts.
Right. It's fascinating how these trends interlink. And, if you're into this type of deep dive, making sure to subscribe and hit the bell is a no-brainer. The first 100 commenters on episode 5 even get a shout-out.
A shout-out is always a nice bonus. It definitely keeps the engagement high.
Absolutely. This episode managed to blend macroeconomic pulses with granular, targeted picks in energy and cybersecurity, all under the banner of millennial influence. It's been a whirlwind of market gold and, strategic foresight.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Balancing geopolitical shifts with tech innovation and shifting consumer dynamics, there's a lot for listeners to chew on.
Right. And folks, whether you're tracking the movements of CATL and Trend Micro or eyeing fast-track IPOs from YITU Technology to more threads, remember that staying informed is your best strategy.
Well said. This dynamic mix of energy, cyber, and millennial-driven transformation really sets the stage for an exciting future.
Indeed. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive on Asia Granny Bites. Keep those ears sharp and those investments smarter. Catch you next week for another roller coaster ride through the markets.
Until next time, stay savvy and keep biting